They called me a monster. They burned my books in the streets of Florence. Priests denounced my name from the pulpit. Kings quoted me in secret while publicly cursing my soul. I was exiled, betrayed, forgotten, and yet my words outlived empires. Because I did not write for the moral, I wrote for the real. I am Niccolo Machiavelli, and if you wish to survive this world, not just survive, but rise above it, then listen closely, for I will reveal to you 5 secrets, not theories, not ideals, but laws of human nature, power, and survival, secrets so dangerous, so brutally honest, that most men would rather die than face them. But you clicked on this video. You are searching for truth. So let us begin before the light fades. Secret 1: the world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards perception. You believe virtue wins. Look around you. The honest man is exploited. The kind man is taken for granted. The truthful man is silenced. And the liar, the ruthless one, the one who plays the game, he climbs. Do not misunderstand me. I do not say virtue is worthless. I say it is useless unless it serves a purpose. In my time, I watched princes fall not because they were evil, but because they were predictable. They believed that being good would protect them. They bowed to morality like it was armor. It is not. Morality is a mask worn by the weak to feel safe, and by the strong to control the weak. Here is the first law. It is not enough to be strong. You must be seen as strong. It is not enough to be kind. You must be feared when necessary. It is not enough to be wise. You must appear wiser than you are. The masses do not judge you by your actions. They judge you by your image. And image is not truth. Image is manipulation. When Cesare Borgia conquered the Romagna, he did not win through mercy. He installed a cruel governor, Ramiro di Orco, who crushed rebellion with fire and steel. The people hated him. But when peace was restored, Cesare had Ramiro executed, cut in half, left in the town square. The people rejoiced. They believed Cesare was the hero who ended the tyranny. They never realized he had created it. That is mastery. To make others believe the monster was not you, but someone else. To control not just power, but perception. You want to be untouchable. Then stop trying to be good. Start being strategic. Let them think you are merciful. Even as you prepare your dagger, let them believe you are humble while you calculate your next move. Let them feel safe around you, so they never see the trap closing. Because in the end, no one remembers your intentions. They remember how you made them feel. And feeling, that can be manufactured. Secret 2: compassion is a weapon, not a virtue. You were taught that love conquers all, that kindness disarms hatred, that empathy heals wounds. Beautiful lies, all of them. Compassion is not weakness, but it is not strength either, unless it is wielded like a blade. Let me tell you a story. When the Medici returned to power in Florence, I was arrested, tortured, strapped to a board, my back broken by ropes pulled tight again and again. They wanted my secrets, my allies, my plans. I gave them nothing, not because I was brave, but because I had nothing to give. I was already broken. But when I was released, I did not curse them. I did not plot revenge. I wrote The Prince, and I dedicated it to the very men who had tortured me. Do you understand what I did? I showed them mercy. I bowed, I praised, I offered my wisdom as a gift, and in doing so I made them owe me, not loyalty, not justice. Guilt, that is the power of false compassion. It disarms the enemy not by defeating them, but by making them uncomfortable with their own cruelty. You see, true power does not always strike. Sometimes it forgives. And in that forgiveness, it plants a seed of doubt. Did I do wrong? Is he truly powerless? Why is he not angry? A man who does not react is more terrifying than a man who rages, because you cannot predict him. You cannot control him. So here is the second secret: use kindness as a tool of control. Smile when you are betrayed. Thank those who harm you. Let your silence speak louder than screams, because the moment they expect hatred and receive gratitude, you have already won. You are no longer a victim. You are a mystery, and mysteries cannot be touched. Secret 3C. Loyalty is an illusion. Fear is the only true bond. You trust your friends, your allies, your family? Then you are already lost. I once served the Republic of Florence with honor. I negotiated with kings. I spied for my country. I gave my life to its cause, and when the Medici returned, my friends vanished, my allies turned their backs, even my closest companions refused to speak my name. Why? Because loyalty dies the moment it becomes dangerous. Men do not serve ideals, they serve safety, they serve advantage, they serve fear. This is the cold truth. If a man has nothing to lose by betraying you, he will. And if he gains something by it, he will do it with a smile. So do not build your power on loyalty. Build it on dependence, on consequence. Let your enemies know that harming you will cost them more than they can bear. Let your allies understand that leaving you means falling into darkness. Fear is not evil. Fear is honest. It does not pretend to love you. It simply keeps men in line. When I studied Louis Stun of France, I saw a king who believed he could rule through generosity. He spared enemies. He forgave rebels. He withdrew his armies to avoid bloodshed. And what happened? He was betrayed, again and again, because mercy, when repeated, is interpreted as weakness. But look at Rome. When a general returned from war, the Senate did not ask if he was kind. They asked, was he feared? Because a feared man does not need to fight every battle. His reputation fights for him. So here is the third secret. Make your name a warning. Let whispers of your name cause hesitation in the hearts of your enemies. Let your silence make men nervous. Let your presence shift the air in the room, not because you threaten, but because they know what you are capable of. And when you do act swiftly, brutally, once, then return to calm. Let them wonder, was that a mistake or a message? That uncertainty, that is power, that is untouchability. Secret 40. The truth is the most dangerous lie of all. You seek truth, beware, for truth is not freedom. Truth is a trap. Let me ask you, what happens when you speak the truth in a world built on lies? You are called insane, disloyal, dangerous, and then you are removed. The masses do not want truth. They want comfort. They want stories that make sense of chaos. They want heroes and villains, good and evil. But life is not so simple. And the man who points this out, he is silenced. I wrote The Prince as a guide, not a celebration of cruelty, but a mirror held up to power. Yet they called me the devil, because I refused to lie about human nature. Here is the fourth secret. Do not tell the truth, control it. Let others believe they are seeing everything. But you decide what truth they see, when they see it, and how they interpret it. In politics, religion, business, the game is not about facts. It is about narrative. Who controls the story controls the people. When the church said the sun revolved around the earth, scientists who spoke the truth were burned, not because the truth was wrong, but because it threatened the story. And stories are more powerful than facts. So become a weaver of narratives. Speak in riddles. Teach through parables. Let your words have layers, one for the ears of the crowd, another for the minds of the few who can see. Say what must be said, but in a way that cannot be used against you. Like me, I wrote that a prince should be both lion and fox, strong enough to crush enemies, cunning enough to avoid traps. But I did not say, kings are puppets, priests are liars, the people are sheep. No, I wrapped the truth in strategy, and because of that my words survived. So if you wish to be untouchable, never speak the whole truth, especially when it makes you vulnerable. Let them think they understand you. Let them believe they've figured you out. But keep one truth hidden, deep inside, the one that could destroy you if spoken aloud. That secret, that is your armor. Secret 50. To be untouchable, you must first be nothing. You want power. Then you must be willing to lose everything. Not just money, not just status, but identity. The greatest mistake men make is clinging to who they believe they are. The honest man, the loyal friend, the righteous warrior. Identities are chains, and chains can be used to drag you down. When I was tortured, stripped of my position, my home, my dignity, I became nothing. And in that nothingness, I found freedom. Because when you have nothing to lose, you cannot be threatened. When you are nobody, no one can take anything from you. This is the final secret. To be untouchable, you must be willing to be erased. The man who fears exposure can be blackmailed. The man who craves reputation can be ruined. The man who needs love can be abandoned. But the man who walks through fire and does not flinch, the man who loses everything and smiles, he cannot be touched. He is already dead, and the dead do not fear. I wrote the prince not as a man seeking power, but as a ghost offering a warning. I did not care if they praised me. I did not care if they cursed me. I only cared that the truth was written. And so I ask you now, who are you protecting? Your reputation? Your image? Your pride? Drop them. One by one, let the world think what it wants. Let them misunderstand you. Let them call you cruel, cold, calculating, better to be feared and free than loved and trapped. Because when you are no longer attached to being seen as good, when you no longer need approval, when you can walk away from anything, anyone, then you are untouchable. Not because you are powerful, but because you are free. So I leave you with this: the world is not kind. It is not fair. It is not just. It is a game. And the rules are written in blood, silence, and deception. You can play blind and be used. Or you can open your eyes and play to win. These 5 secrets are not invitations to evil. They are warnings, tools, survival mechanisms for a world that pretends to be civilized, but operates like a jungle. Use them wisely, or don't. But know this: others already are. And if you refuse to see the game, you are not noble, you are prey. I am Nickel Machiavelli. I told the truth. They called me a monster. Now it's your turn. Will you be touched, or will you become untouchable?